No, it's okay, no problem.
Okay. I want to point out just one thing from a kind of historical point of view, right? When people get bored today, right, they have a lot of kind of options when it comes to entertainment, right? They can watch TV or go through Instagram or read a book or a magazine, watch football, right? Go outside, play football, whatever. There's a million things you can do, right? Just make sure to be careful with them so you don't pull the arm. A bit limited, right? People don't have that much to do when they got bored. One of the things that people would do, famous executioner in Czech history, which is that real executioner in the 16th or 17th century. We know when he lived, we know when he lived. We even know which tomb he actually go to the most, but we have no idea what year he last. So in public, you have last executioners in general, even though people love going to see executioners do their job, their profession, I mean, they're still the bad guys, right? So in order to be somewhat of a normal social life, they would always try to hide their own identity by okay, now, they told you he's the most famous executioner, right, in Czech history. That's because he carried out perhaps the most famous execution, which is, you guys remember when the Austrians were thrown out of the window of Prague Castle by the Czech nobles, right? Well, 27 of the Czech nobles who started the uprising were executed on Old Town Square by Jan Midlář in 1621. If you go back to Old Town Square today, you'll be able to see 28 little white crosses on the pavement, on the spot, where the 27 people were executed in 1621. So it's, by the way, right in front of the piece of red wall, the Old Town Hall, the last piece of the Old Town Hall, it's right in front of that, you want to see it. So the execution, so what does the Jan look like? The execution is called the execution of the 27 Czech nobles, right? But if you go back to Old Town Square, or you want to count it on here, if you don't believe me, there's 28 crosses on the pavement. So why is that? Why is there one more cross than people actually executed? Well, it's because originally there were supposed to be 28 people executed, but one of them committed suicide before the execution. He did it by crawling through a tunnel, because tunnels back then were just, boxes on the edges of town, so he crawled through, he dropped down, and he died, and the local authorities put anyone of them through medical. He's already dead. Okay, follow me into the second room. Okay, in this room over here, we have a game for you to play. A game we call the Wheel of Misfortune. The rules are very simple, right? You love it. The rules are very simple. You spin the wheel, and then I'll tell you how you would die if you had committed a crime here in the living room.
I know, this is my favorite.
Is it? Okay, so would you like to spin the wheel? Yeah, go on. Try him. There you go. Let's see if you can get your favourite. I think that one is much better though, the hammer is definitely...
That's the best!
Okay, you know what, that's up to you. Where did you see this? How do you know what it is?
My best friends tell me.
Oh, right, okay. So your parents didn't let you watch Game of Thrones, did they? Because this was in Game of Thrones. The rats would be a big metal bucket with a rat inside of it that would be strapped to a person's stomach, and then a fire would be lit underneath the bucket. So the rat inside would try to escape the heat, and the only way for it to go would be to crawl its way through that person, killing them in the process. If you want to see it, is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see it, Game of Thrones. Oh, someone told me it's in Fast and Furious as well, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Okay, can we if anybody else wants to spin the wheel? Yeah, I really like it. And then you can go as well.
Bonus!
Oh, no, don't like that one, that's okay.
The bonus, what the bonus doing?
This sword, fairly straightforward, right? Head chopped off with a sword. What's good about this one is, this was considered a very kind of honourable, very kind of noble way of being executed. Of the 27 that I talked about, 24 of them had their heads chopped off by a sword. Quick and easy, very good. Well done.
And this?
Let's see if somebody else wants to spin the wheel, and if not, then we'll go through the rest of them. Okay? what you get with spin.
Real bad luck.
That's the hanging, right? Yeah, which is fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
You
having my
Though
moment.
in medieval times, hanging was a little bit worse than kind of in modern times, because in medieval times, the people who were hanged would actually be dragged up from the floor instead of being dropped down and breaking their necks. So they would actually be strangled. Apparently, hanging somebody was a very disgusting way to be executed, like their face would turn all red, kind of eyes pop out, which is why hanging somebody was considered a very dishonourable, kind of humiliating way of being executed. I told you, 24 of the 27 were executed by sword. The remaining, 23 of the 27 were executed by sword. The remaining 4 were hanged. Okay. Again, let me ask if somebody else wants to spin it. Yeah, come on. And then we'll go through the rest of them, yeah? Well done, yeah. Fairly straightforward, right? Head chopped off with an axe. What's good about this one? Okay, I doubt it's true, but I heard with the axe, again, doubt it's true, if the executioner either missed or couldn't get it done in one go, then you're free to leave. Again, I very much doubt it's true, but if it was true, you could probably bribe your way out of an execution fairly easily, so I mean, that could be good as well. Even if not, quick and easy, well done. And the most common one as well. So, very good for you. Right, okay. Anybody else would like to spin the wheel?
Me.
So let's have you, because you didn't go yet, and then we can have you two again, okay? So you can get the ones that we didn't have yet. Hang it.
It's already. I done.
Okay, want to go again? Yeah. See if we can get something we didn't have. There we go. Yes, we can. Well done. Okay. Right. That's that guy over there. The wheel, I think, is the worst one here. The wheel would be that a person's bones would be broken in different places by a big wheel. After that, that same person would be kind of rearranged into the wheel in a way that only broken bones allow, so only kind of unnaturally webbed in. Worst part about it, he would intentionally be kept alive. He'd be hung up inside the wheel and left to swing and spin in the streets for several hours or days until that person actually died. Again, because he went outside, or medieval people went out into the street, they saw that and that was entertainment for them. You know, that's fun to see, or for them it was. Okay, anybody else would like to spin the wheel?
No.
Let's have him because he was only once and yeah. Okay, hammer. Very good, that's the best one on there. The hammer, the only way where you usually wouldn't die. You know how in medieval times, if you stole something, you could have your hand chopped off as punishment, right? Because that's appropriate. That was one way to do it. Another way to do it would be to have the hand crushed with a hammer, which is bad, but considering the rest of them, it's quite okay. Okay, would you like to spin it to the rest of them?
No. Hello.
That's, yeah, so they would crush your hand with a hammer like that.
Just fire.
Okay,
Just
we actually
fire.
did.
The bonus.
So let's do the 5 first and then we'll get to the bonus.
Oh, the one is the best. Fire.
Fairly straightforward.
That one.
That guy over there, exactly. You'd be burned at the stake. Interestingly, fire was often reserved as a punishment for religious crimes. It's why Janus was burned, it's why witches were burned as well, because their crime was religious. And finally, you want to spin it to the bonus? One of you? You go on. So you can do it together. Yeah. There you go, you did it together. Well done. Right, the bonus, all of these I talked about, they were done here in the Checklands, right? The bonus wasn't. I found the bonus was done in Greece and in Sicily, but it's the same thing. So you'd have a big metal statue of a bronze ball. You'd have a person welded shut into that statue because it'd be hollow inside, and then a fire lit underneath them. So that person would slowly boil inside of a big metal container, which is horrible. But again, there would be kind of artistic touch to it as well. The bone would have 2 nostrils, and as the person boiled inside, you'd have steam coming out of the nostrils like an angry bird, right? Because you get to horrible death, but somebody outside gets to be entertained because that's entertainment for people.
Yeah.
We don't do executions anymore in the Czech Republic today, so you don't have to be scared. Commit crimes if you want to. Nobody's got executed here for it. The last execution here was done in 1989, so about 35 years ago. The last person executed was a guy called Stefan Svitek. He's not important. He committed 4, so quadruple homicide. So if you believe in the death penalty, then you know probably you should get it. After that, the communist regime ended and we got rid of capital punishment. The last woman executed here in Czechoslovakia was a woman called Olga Hepnarová in 1975. She was executed because she ran over about 10 people on a tram stop on purpose. She was probably mentally ill, but it went undiagnosed at the time, so they hanged her. And the last political execution here in Czechoslovakia was done in the early 1960s. After that, the communist regime here, they kind of realized, you know, killing political opponents, executing them, it doesn't look good when you do that. So I mean, they were still kill people, but they were trying to do it kind of quietly or low profile, or make it look like accidents, you know, that kind of thing.
Sorry.
Yes.
The on talk and after death ran.
That one. So what they would do, they'd put your hand in it or your leg in it, and then it would have spikes and it would kind of
I don't find that.
Yeah, no, nobody would like that. Okay, are there any questions right now?
Leave on.
Hammer would be just say punishments like stealing or
Yeah.